Hi, my name is Shawnee, and I am a survivor. That is why I founded the Purple Hearts Mission Possible organization that is now a corporation. We also have PHMP Italy, so it's PHMP America and PHMP Italy. I want to say that I love all of the team leaders. We're very spiritual, very good people. And I want to thank you all because we are all volunteers at this time. We don't have funding at all. But we all have it in us to do this kind of work, to protect and serve others. We love God and one another. We are very careful. The evil people who do commit the crimes against humanity are extremely evil. I am going to tell you about a little bit about my testimony. My mother is a very evil person, so evil that I call her the monster. I witnessed her and her mother killing my grandfather, who was full-blooded Eastern Shawnee. So was my grandmother, but my grandmother was very ashamed of her heritage. I think a lot of people went that way. They didn't want to be mistreated, so they went the opposite, which is so wrong. Um, they made the wrong choice. And I witnessed them holding him down and giving him a lethal injection. My mother worked it up, John. The grandmother worked as an RN, so they were able to get these poisons to do these things to people. They wanted to be rich. Out of the monster's own mouth, she said that she wanted to be rich no matter how she got it. She made a deal with the devil, and she never should have done that. I am nothing like her, so when I met my Eastern Shawnee people after all these years through a wonderful online site, I was in tears for 3 days because, like me, they're very skeptical. And we were getting acquainted, and I wanted to tell them about what my mother did to my grandfather, but I wanted them to also know I'm nothing like her. So it took 3 days to make sure they knew me first. And they did, and I told them, and I'm sure it made them step back. But the more they've gotten to know me, the more I've been able to express in them as well. And I love you all, and my grandfather's legacy lives on. My grandfather became very wealthy because he worked at GM, and he put stock in the company. Now, my grandfather was full-blooded native, and he lived it. He taught me all of the native ways. I was spearfishing, throwing knives at a very young age, hunting, gathering, etc. He took me through the woods and showed me all of the plants and the roots and bark, etc. And showed me how to make poultices and teas and everything. And we lived a very healthy lifestyle. Fished a lot together. Um, I just love him. He is the wisest, most wonderful person that I've ever known. I'm very much like him. We are direct descendants of Tecumseh and the, I believe, Blue Jacket lineage. He named all of his children and even the grandchildren, and myself included, after our tribe, different names from the tribe. I've been doing the lineage research, and all of the names come up there, and it's wonderful. Uh, I've never had a chance before now. I was stalked literally my whole life. At 8 years old, she also, after killing my grandfather, injected me with what's called the sinful injection to induce puberty early. She sold me to 4 men from Upton at that time. Um, these people are very sick and evil. They do child pornography and human trafficking and many other crimes against humanity. They steal identities. They stole my identity. I've been falsely arrested many times and made to look really bad to the public because since they could not kill me, there are legal ways to steal people's money. And if somebody gets over a 3-year felony, the next of kin or the state can take that money. The money is so much, it's set up into trust. When they stole the first portion, she stole the first portion of it, was the college money set up for college. My grandfather and I put the money in the ISB bank. The ISB bank, when they first started stealing the money became Co-America, which has the Tiger Stadium. And so it's literally an endless supply of money now through their investment. And they think they're superior human beings, that stealing and everything is okay. It's not, and they are murderers. And I knew not to say anything for years because who do you trust? I was stalked literally 24/7. I was kidnapped. Right after they stole the college portion, a man put a GHB in my Diet Coke and I fell asleep. I woke up the next day in my car, but I was not in my car when he drugged me. I know exactly who it is, etc. I know a lot of the people involved. I've got a very long list of the people, and I want to stay safe and I want to live my life. So I'm fighting for my life. I am so thankful for my church family as well. They're awesome. Uh, I am independent. I'm completely competent, and I'm not a criminal. Matter of fact, a lot of what they've done is false DUIs and fake tickets and things, and she would, pay the police officers to do this. Most of them, I believe all of them have been fired, and some are actually in prison. Um, I was injected with paint, petroleum-based paint. Yes, you heard me correctly. In my skin and muscle tissues, I've got a scab here. There is paint all you can see in here, how it's swollen, etc. It's in my muscles here and everywhere. However, because it spreads out and it's very sticky. I am a holistic master, and I've been able to get it out. It's taken so far 10 years of my life. I was having to get it out 12 hours every day. You can see there's gangrene here. It drains down. The paint drains down, and of course infection. I was falsely imprisoned at one time. After the paint was injected, they gave me a false charge, and the court-appointed attorney said that if you don't plead guilty, they're going to get you on the streets. Well, I already had paint injected. He also said that you will not go to jail. You will just get probation. I was scared to death. They are criminals, and they all got paid. So these people take bribes to do these things, and it's not right. They have destroyed my life. I had gangrene literally oozing out of my eye, and when I was in there, and my eyes almost sealed shut, and I could have went blind. And a crooked officer there threatened me that if I did try to get the paint out, they were going to tie me up, drug me, rape me, and kill me like they did others. The people that are victims of human trafficking. One little blonde lady decided not to work for them anymore, and they did that to her, and they injected her with syphilis, and it took her a whole week to die. I could go on, but I am going to write a book. I am writing a book, actually, and I have the publisher and everything ready to go. So that will give way more details. I've got the awesome organization. I'm also ready now to do my holistic work again, which I have nothing but an excellent reputation. I've cured many things, which the pharmaceutical people, not all of them, but some of them just hate that. They don't want we holistic people actually curing things. But I just want to be totally upfront and honest with you. With my knowledge and my wisdom and my skills, I can do so much for so many people. But I also would like to have a school to teach others, and so that because I usually am in such high demand, I can't keep up. So my business was called and is called Healthy Horizons. I'm the first one that came up with that name for that business. I know there's others out there now, and that's okay as long as you're real and holistic. There can be more than one, but we are not connected. Mine is mine, and theirs is theirs. I would like to meet them, or get to know them, just to see. But I am a member of the American Holistic Health Association. And because the very evil people who stole the millions of dollars from me in trust are very crooked, and not all of them are in prison yet, I don't, I can't live like most people. I have not been allowed to have identification in 15 years. So that is why I do not drive, because I don't want to take a chance. It is not because of the DUIs, the fake DUIs. Um, if I had identification, I believe that the reason they won't allow me to have it is because the people that have stolen my identity, like for instance, right now there are 4 men using my identity, plus the Glenna Jackson, who is the monster, my mother, who I call the monster. Uh, there are other people involved. I just threw her name out there, and there is more than one Glenna Jackson. I believe there's 3 so far that I've found. So it's not. Don't confuse it. The one that I'm talking about is not on Facebook, MySpace, or anything like that that I know of. She is very evil, um, and I have warned my Eastern Shawnee tribe of her and sent pictures and things. So, and all of my friends know. Anyway, they are not in prison yet, so I do, like I said, have to live differently than other people. But I want the truth out there. I've never been a drinker. I like to taste things, so if I ever sip on something, it's just to taste it. And I don't need to drink. I love to dance, and I do like to go out sometimes to dance. Um, I have the fruit of the Spirit, the Holy Spirit inside. I am mostly a very positive person and fun to be around. On a serious note, I want you to know they killed my husband also in 1989 um, because of the husband's portion of the money. They wanted that, and they also wanted to continue to sell me into human trafficking. I want to thank all of the people all these years. There are good people who uh, that know what's going on, and they do try to hide victims, and they do the best they can and protect victims of human trafficking and conspiracy, like what happened to me. I just want to give them all a big hug. I love you all, and I will someday. I know that we'll all be blessed. And that I won't forget the kindnesses. And I also will never forget the ones who are involved in the conspiracy. No way. Um, they, I just want the public to know that the people that are involved in the conspiracy are so evil. They've tried to kill me many times, and they could not. And when I would surface and use my social security number, that's when they do the orchestrated false arrest. Uh, um, because there's some legal way they can take money from someone if a person gets over a 3-year felony. Um, the prison system needs to be changed. The court system needs to be changed. Um, and I'll get more into that later, and will be putting that in my book. Um, this is the complete truth. I have, like I said, very good people in my life now, and I want my life back, and I will continue to get the paint out. Um, this isn't looking my best yet, but I will. I will be able to get it out, I'm sure. Like I said, I've got some to get out, removed through here. I want my own face back. Um, thank you for listening to the truth. Don't believe the lies. Don't always believe what's on the media because they take the reports and they just put it out there. They don't always know. They've orchestrated all of the arrests. The FBI admitted that they know every officer that's ever given me a false ticket, which they're all false, or any of the charges are all corrupt. And like I said, they've all been fired and some are in prison. Um, this is just my first video. There's so much more. Um, I thank God so much. And I know that there is a great spirit mystery, and I've seen many miracles. God bless.